Right, when your children start learning about place value for hundreds, tens and units, here's a really simple game you can play. You can just play it with a normal six-sided die, and you just take turns to roll. So on the first person's rolls, they've got a 3. They've got to decide which column to put this in. So the aim of the easiest game is just to make the biggest number you can. So I'm probably going to put that in my units. Now it's this person's turn. They've rolled a 6. Well, that's the highest number I can get, so I'm going to take that in my hundreds. Now this person's turn. They've got a 4. Well, if they put it in the hundreds column, they'll have lost. They've already got a lower number, so they have to put it here. This person, another 6. It's the best I can get. I'm going to put it there in my tens. And this person's got a 3. So you don't actually have to finish the game, because you can see that whatever this has got, so this person's actually got 660 before I even throw. So you talk about this person's got 660, this has got 343, so this person wins. So obviously we can finish that go off. And so you can just see who's the first one to get to 10 wins. Variations on this is you could try to get the lowest number. So all the time they're thinking about what do the different columns stand for, that these are the hundreds, tens and units, and you're getting them to say the words out loud. So we could go for the lowest number. We could be tricky and we could say who gets the number closest to 300. So we could have a target number here. We've got 300. So let's suppose we manage this person gets 324 and this person gets 271. So in order to decide who's closest, they're going to have to do some maths. So if they've been learning column subtraction, they could do subtraction. They should be able to see that this is really easy. This is 324 more, so this is 24 ahead. Strategies for this, depending on what they've been doing at school, what they've learned. 271. So they could do a column subtraction, which would be my least favoured route, because they're then just following some rules, but schools want them to be able to do that. Other strategies they've probably learned would be to say 271. Well, I'm going to need 9 to take it to 280, and then 80 up to 300 is another 20. So I've got 29. So if you're working with your child in terms of what they're doing at school, you'll know the sort of strategies they've got in place for doing sums like this. So obviously you could have any target number you liked. Other alternatives are to play it with, we want the digits 0 to 9, would let us have the full range from 0 through to 999. So if you've got, I've shown you this before, or maybe not, if you've managed to buy yourself a set of these gaming dice, in there will be one die that's got the zeros 0 to 9 on, and you can just play the same game again. So I've got a 6, a 5, a 3, obviously I've got all those normal dice. There you go, so I've got a 7. And the beauty of this is I've also got a 0. So they'll learn about having to put zeros in columns. And what happens if I get this number? I could get 099, and you can talk about, so we don't normally bother to say there's no hundreds or nothing in any of these columns, so we just say this number as 99. And so a 0 to 10 dice, a 0 to 9 dice is really good. Or you could play the same game with a stack of cards. If you've got some cards at a 0 to 9, you can just turn over the next card to see what your number is. So any games where they're just playing with trying to work out which column to put their digits in is brilliant. So there you go. Another game you can play. Anything that turns maths into games for your kids and practices with digits and numbers is absolutely fantastic.